Welcome to Geek Aid, the show where 3 of the world's top most smartest experts educate you on the happenings of the world and answer your gaming and nerd culture questions. My name is Saucy Mailman, and I am the head user interface designer for Team Rocket.
Hey guys, my name is Geeksay, and this week Rod Johnson put, "My name is Geeksay, and I'm a phone operator for 1-800-O Canada, Canada's official phone number."
This is what happens when you Google fun facts about Canada. You figure out that Canada's official phone number is actually 1-800-O Canada.
That's great. What do you do for a living, Rod?
My name is Rod, and I'm a scientist for the Federation. I'm helping fight the bugs.
Ooh, that's important to do.
I mean, the bugs, they're a threat to humanity, and we must take them out.
Yeah, we gotta stop those bugs.
If we don't help Rico, who will? That's the real question is. And when Doogie Howser is out trying to save the universe, you got to help the dude out.
I'm not gonna deny that. I'm gonna just go with that one right there.
The Doog. I love the Doog.
So how are you nerds doing this week?
I am back in Colorado, and I'm so happy because
you just took the trip of your life, right?
I was in Ohio for a week. It was something. I wouldn't call it the trip of my life, though.
I'm doing well.
You were out there to you hung out with Alkaline Trio, right?
I did hang out with Alkaline Trio. Went to their show. It's pretty dope. I hung out with my family. And
wait, you have a family?
I mean,
that didn't disown you yet?
I mean, they have disowned me several times, but
wait, Rod, you've been lying to me this whole time. You told me you didn't have a family.
Get the Kleenex.
I don't have a family within 1,000 miles, so legally, what I said is.
Hey, Geeksay, you know who wouldn't lie about their family?
Batteries or Kleenex?
Kleenex.
A box of Kleenex would never.
I did something so bad.
I did something that I want to talk to you guys about that I was really pumped about. Yesterday, guys, I tried VR for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went. It was my buddy's birthday, and he's always talking about how he wants to go to this VR, it's a store, right? Like where you can try VR and
like
stuff.
An
it's like yeah. It's just like they have 3 setups, and you can go there and stuff. And for his birthday, his girlfriend surprised him, and they're like, we want you to come. And I said, okay. So me and Timbit went there, and it was a lot of fun. We played Beat Saber. That was some fun.
It's so fun. I love that game.
Beat Saber was really good. And then we also played another game called like Arizona something, where you shoot
Arizona Sunrise, I think.
Yeah, Arizona Sunrise, and you shoot zombies. So it was a lot of fun. It was my first time doing VR. It was really neat. I really wish I got to try Google Maps or Google Earth. I really wish I could have tried that. That would have been really neat, but we didn't have a lot of time. But like for 45 minutes for 4 of us, I think it cost like $70.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
$70 Canadian.
Yeah, $70 Canadian, and they had like 3-hour punch cards. They had 3-hour punch cards you can buy for $90. And I was like, wow, that's crazy expensive. But I guess if you don't have a computer, like, I don't know about your guys' computer, but mine can run VR. But like, if you don't have it, the setup cost would be crazy, right?
Yeah. So Saucy in his basement has a VR setup, and my favorite thing ever was playing the Rick and Morty VR game because it's like you're in Rick and Morty, and I love Rick and Morty. And I was like, oh, I played it in his house, and I was like, oh, I played for 20 minutes, and my wife's like, no, you idiot, you played for an hour and a half.
Yeah, time just disappears when you're in there.
When you're done,
a lot of fun.
When you're done like being queasy, like when you don't understand what's happening at first, and you're just like, oh shit, like because it's like it can be disorienting at first,
Yeah, our basement, we converted the entire like basement living room area into a VR lounge. So we have it set up. There's like a couch, and then there's a TV that we have set up so you can see what the person in VR sees. And then we have the whole area
super rad. Which one do you have?
We have the HTC Vive.
Okay, yeah, that's one I used. It was really good. I could see why people are like, it's the future of gaming. Like, I could see why people are saying that, but there's a lot of they have a lot of it's going to take a while. Like, it's going to take a while.
It's not there yet.
It's hard because it's a system that requires a massively like powerful computer, 2, the expense of the system itself, 3, a large amount of space for you to be able to do it, because you can't just fucking do it anywhere. It was like Saucy has a big room where he has it, and like my little sister was using his thing, and she's like hitting the walls and shit because she was playing
my poster.
She was playing the Godzilla game where you're like destroying this little town, and she's like, running around just going roar and just fucking shit up, and like, but yeah, so it's like there's so many like elements to it, and it's really cool. But like, the thing is that you have to make sure that these developers like make enough money off of this stuff, because it is a lot of work, and the install base is so much smaller that
I think that's the number one thing, right? You hit the nail on the head. It's like the install base is tiny. It takes them so much to do this, and it takes so many resources and so much money, and there's no payoff. I'm just waiting for the game. It's going to be one game. I don't think it's Beat Saber, but Beat Saber is really good.
Dude, Beat Saber is so fun. Like, one of the coolest things about Beat Saber is like, as a party game, it's amazing because anyone can play it. You don't have to teach anyone like what to do with it. And then when you have like 5-6 people over playing Beat Saber, like, it is so much fun.
It's a great game right now. He said there's like this big like contest going on for expert for $100 bills or something. Whoever can get the highest score gets like $100 or $10,000. I don't know, something stupid.
Some amount of money.
Yeah, he was. The kid was really funny in the place. He's like, "What do you guys do for a living?" And I was like, "Oh, I do Twitch." And he's like, "Oh, really?" He's like,
"Oh, tell me all about it."
Yeah, he's like, "What's your numbers? What's your numbers?" I was like,
"Give me your stats, bro."
Yeah, I was just like, "Oh, I'm partnered, so I do better than average." And he's like,
then the kid goes,
"What's that mean?"
You're no ninja.
No, he's just like, he's like, "What's that?" He's like, "What's that mean?" I was like, I get a good amount of people. That's what that means. That's all."
Yeah.
Like I don't want to.
Were you wearing your F2K hat, shirt, backpack, shoes,
and thong? His F2K thong.
I don't know. Can you read my shirt right here? I don't know. What's this say?
Twitch partner. I have it tattooed on me, bruh.
Yeah, check out my back tattoo, and you just take your shirt off, and it just says partner.
It's his tramp stamp. So when you're fucking geek saying ass, he reminds you every day that he's a Twitch partner.
It's got just a date tattoo on.
Never forget, bitch.
Jeez. Oh my god.
He's like you should do VR. I was like, I'd love to do VR streaming. That would be a lot of fun. He's like you should probably make a new account though. You'll probably lose people. I was like, why would I make a new account to do VR?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No, I'm not doing a new account. You crazy? You crazy?
The biggest thing with streaming VR, because we've looked into it and we tried some tests and stuff for it, is like keeping up with chat in VR is really difficult.
Yeah, so you need like 2 people, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't really do it with one person.
No, isn't there games now where the chat can be brought up on a pad?
It can. It's just tough. Like when you're playing a game, like, so let's say my favorite game in VR is called In Death, and it's like archery Dark Souls, and it's really dope. So like you're shooting people with your bow, and then you like stop to pull up chat while you're like killing people. So it's kind of tough. But when we streamed, I forgot. We did a couple VR streams, and I had Gabe was just sitting there reading chat for anything important.
Have you guys ever tried Hearthstone in VR?
They have Tabletop Simulator. Like, I've seen some people try to do like a Hearthstone import thing.
That'd be hilarious. Like, have the cards in your hand.
Yeah.
You just like, when you get really pissed, you just throw them. You're like, fuck this.
That's how you quit the game. You're like,
throw the table.
Yeah, you just do this. It means
you flip the table.
Yeah, you quit.
You're like, fuck this.
I concede. I
concede every single time.
Yeah,
I know. My house would be like burnt down if I did it for like a couple hours.
I'm done with this.
Fuck you guys.
Dope. Well, guys, we got a review. We got an iTunes review from the 5-star review from the illustrious Barocket. It says, Box of Kleenex is by far the most pro esports player. His advice is, bar none, the best commentary on the scene. Thanks to his insight, I was able to make millions of dollars streaming SimTown. Who would have thought you had to balance the houses and the businesses in town? And the pro tip that you can have a penguin as a pet. Oh man, absolutely brilliant. Rest of the cast is solid, but not nearly enough talk about things that matter to me, such as bare knuckle boxing and socioeconomic news of Albania. Thank you, Barocket. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Barocket.
And I'm glad that you guys have brought in such a successful replacement for me that he's making our listeners millions of dollars playing pro esports.
Oh, that box
Fuck
of Kleenex is
Fuck you both. Fuck you both.
It's so good.
Speaking of millions of dollars in pro esports, I think that's a good segue into our first news segment, guys.
Yeah.
So you want to get into this, Mr.
Yeah, so there's this article that came out, and Ninja, if you guys don't know about him, he's a gentleman who plays this new game called Fortnite, just came out, and he is quite successful on the internet streaming platform Twitch. And he came out and he was talking about his choice to not stream with female gamers. And the gist of it is that, so he's married and he doesn't stream with female gamers because he doesn't want there to be like any kind of rumors going around that he's like cheating on his wife, or that he's, because some other streamers who play similar games have come out and done that. And so he doesn't want anything like that where there's like, ooh, I think Ninja's got a new girlfriend, his wife better watch out. So he's talking about that.
So I want to say I initially thought this was really, really stupid by him. And then I had someone go in and I was listening to Cora. She's a Hearthstone caster / like player. She's pretty big in the Hearthstone community. And she was like, he's completely looking out for his wife's feelings. And this all goes back to how big of scumbags basically what the people in Twitch chat are. Like, so all the insanity and shit talking and just toxic people that fill Twitch up, and I mean just online in general, they're the real problem here, right? Because you take everything where you put a man and a woman in the same stream, and that automatically means they're fucking because people are fucking stupid. So that's the real problem here, right? Is can we get to a point in our lives where you can have a man and a woman within 5 feet of each other and doesn't mean their genitals are touching?
Right.
I mean, that's really what this is.
But I think video games are something for the younger generation, and especially Fortnite. And the younger generation are always thinking that, right? Like that's all they have on their mind is genital touching. It's true though, right?
Yeah.
And when I was reading the article, he was talking about how he didn't want it to be clickbait. He didn't want it to be forever something that looms over him as clickbait title and everything. And I totally get that, right?
Coming from the man who has multiple times dropped N-bombs in his stream, I mean, it's like he doesn't want to have clickbait. Okay.
I like Nutella. I like Nutella a lot, okay? I will talk about Nutella as much as I want.
Dude, I had a Nutella donut the other day. So
ooh,
good.
That sounds
Nutella
greasy.
Is dope. It's just, that shit's gooey. It's like, it's messy and just gets everywhere. So
but
just
I could see why Ninja kind of does it, but it's kind of lame too, right? Like, you'd hope he'd be so secure with everything and with his girlfriend and everything that
his
who
wife.
Cares? Yeah, like I'm sure he's secure with his wife, and I'm sure he doesn't. Yeah. But there's something that makes it weird for him, right? There has to be something.
Yeah, I just hate being in the world. That's what I'm saying. It's like he could. The fact that he can't do that because any streamer I assume he streams with is going to get massive number updates because that guy has like so many people in his like stream and everything like that. And so it's just kind of lame that he's going, okay, any female Fortnite player I'm not going to stream with. It's just, it's just shitty, man. It's shitty even if he's doing it to be conservative. It's shitty that that's the way this is, like, why it's like that.
That
And
it's a thing in the first place.
yeah, I mean, dude, I have female streamers have enough problems as it is. We've talked about it before. You have people coming in just saying awful shit. You have people coming in just being complete fucking creeps because, like Geek said, it's all about genital touching for them.
Yeah,
and
it's really
just it's shitty that we can't live in people like, oh, I'm it's like if Saucy is in a stream with a guy, is me and Saucy are in a stream together. It's not like we're butt fucking each other through the weekend. I mean,
Although
just
sometimes people would think that based on our commentary in certain games we played.
Get out of the pistornado, Saucy! No, it's. I just wish it was more like people weren't just scumbags. Is really what it comes down to, I think.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see both sides. One, I think it's dumb that this is a thing to begin with, that this has to be a thing, like that he felt the need for whatever reason to come out and like issue a statement of, I'm specifically not streaming with females for X, Y, and Z. And we don't know, like, I don't want to know his personal life. Maybe his wife was like, hey, X, Y, and Z, I don't want this happening. Who knows? But it is just kind of shitty that it's a thing to begin with. But if it is something like, if his wife, is like, hey, I'd prefer if you didn't stream with females, and like he's like, all right, yeah, like that's more important to me than this. Like I totally respect that too. Like that's important. We don't want another DR disrespect.
It sucks though, because whoever, like Rod was bringing up a good point, whoever streams with him gets such big numbers boosts that it sucks that only his buddy males are getting this number boost then, right? Like that does really suck.
Well, I mean, we can, like, to attest to that, we can see, so when Ninja streamed with Drake, like he launched Drake's career, and like we saw that, like, ever since he streamed with Drake, now Drake is just this big like rapper. His
Saucy
career took off.
Saucy, they don't have Drake in Canada yet. You're gonna confuse Geeks.
Is it what?
Yeah, Drake's Canadian.
That's where he's from.
He's not there yet, though. Don't.
From Canada, never been there.
Never been there
before.
They're just watching Degrassi or whatever the fuck that television show was. Degrassi.
I want to know why did he do this article? Like, what is this article? Like, why would he say that? That's what I want to know.
I think it was a Polygon article, right? So they interviewed him, and I think that ended up being the main point of all of it. I don't think it was.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I guess that is good. Digging on their part to be like, you've never streamed with a female. Why? You know what I mean?
Maybe
like
someone threw a bitch fit, like some streamers like, well, I wanted to be on his channel. He said, no, I don't stream with girls. That's her voice too. It's,
it could be a lot of things. Fortnite. But like
HS.
I don't know. It's tough with Twitch is a very delicate flower, and I think the people on there are very delicate flowers. And when you get a group of people from every sort of background can be on Twitch, and every sort of depression to happiness, you know what I mean? Like they think, if only, like that's how I think a lot of the streamers, and after they hear this, oh, it's because I'm a female, or it's because I'm X, Y, and Z, that's why I'm not getting viewers. And it's so tough, like you said, for females. Like I feel so bad for them because they get issues that we would never even imagine. Like stuff they get that I would be like, what? Like, it happens to them on a daily basis.
And think about it. There's another thing that's really fucked up about this whole situation is his like demo audience is like 12-year-olds. So like you are setting up things in their heads. They'd be like, oh, it's fine because Ninja doesn't do it. It's shit like that that's really fucked up, because if he's all these kids that are going to come out and start streaming because of this, and are going to start these patterns where they're like, oh no, I can't stream with girls because I want to be like Ninja. That's the kind of shit you have to worry about too, because he's like a role model for so many fucking kids. I mean, you hear Ninja things all the time. Like Ninja's at fucking Coachella playing fucking Fortnite. This dude is like the biggest individual esports player ever.
He's
and
representing esports right now. Like he's representing video games. Like he is our spokesperson right now, right?
Yeah, and that's what's shitty about it, right? It's like, regardless of why he's doing it, it's I don't like the message, and even if he's doing it for his wife, it's like it just doesn't set up standards that I like, man. If he was doing it and just like banning the shit out of people for like saying shit in his chat, I think it would start setting standards. And what's he care about rumors, man? It's like, you're fucking Ninja, man. You're on stream constantly. You're making how many? I think part of it's too. He's just like he doesn't want to hurt the golden goose, dude. He's got the golden goose.
Yeah, it's understandable because he knows he only has 15 minutes of fame, right? Like it's true though. It's like he's gonna be popular right now, and who knows when the gravy train will end. And imagine making over $1 million playing Fortnite. You know, you want that gravy train to start. And I just want to take back something I said earlier. I said he is the face of esports. It's him and actually the box of Kleenex we have. So sorry, there's two, people that are really.
We don't want to offend the Kleenex.
No, we don't want to offend the Kleenex. We still want him to be on the show.
Yeah, because the second he signs with another podcast, we're done. Like that's just
we're
over.
We're done with.
I hate you two so badly. So badly.
I
don't know why I signed up for this abuse. This is really what it comes down to.
Yeah. You want to talk about what else is happening in the Twitch world? I'll do it.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Speaking of Rod hating us, so Twitch is for anyone who has been on the platform Twitch, they have the IRL. That stands for in Rod's life, and it's the section where you can stream just a bunch of things. So they're getting rid of IRL completely, and they're just breaking it down into different categories, such as like vlogging, ASMR, and other things. I think
listen to all of these: art, hobbies and crafts, food and drink, music and performing arts, beauty and body art, science and technology, just chatting, travel and outdoors, sports and fitness, tabletop RPGs, special events, talk shows and podcasts.
I like this. I don't do it often. I've streamed in the IRL area a couple times before. I've done like painting D&D minis and like cooking. I've done a few cooking things. And like whenever you stream in the IRL, it was just one big box of just everyone. So it was like it was me cooking whatever I was doing, and then also people playing covers of music, and then also people doing competitive backflips. So it's just like, I think this is cool that they're splitting it up. Maybe they can grow that area.
I think it's worse for them. I really do, because you could go right now to IRL and there's a huge list. So if you're at the top of it, you're doing well, right? Like if you're doing body painting for 500 people and then someone's doing a tabletop RPG next to you, maybe you'll go and see the tabletop RPG or you'll go see the body painting. I think now there's going to be a lot of people that are like, the IRL category right now is like the third one or something always. It's usually like third or fourth. So now all of these are going to be like all at the bottom in the browse, in the like game section. So I think that's going to hurt a lot of people.
I don't think anyone goes into IRL without knowing what they're looking for. Like, I'm not going to go in like, oh, fuck, I really want to watch some dude doing random shit in real life now instead of playing Fortnite. So I'm going to go look through IRL. I think people go in there looking for very specific things. And I think this is going to help those very specific things. I mean, if you're one of the top IRL, streamers now, it might hurt you. But if you're some smaller item or smaller like niche thing in this, I think this helps because it helps filter out the competition that nobody gives a fuck about when they're looking for you. Like if you're looking for a tattoo artist doing tattoos on Twitch, which sounds insane to me, but let's go with it. And you go, oh, okay, now I could go into the
art,
beauty and body art.
I guess that'd be body art, yeah.
Yeah. And then you would be able to see a bunch of people tattooing. Cool. So like, I think like I said, it might hurt people who are already at the top of IRL, but when you're doing very specific things in IRL, I think this is going to help because it's going to filter out the shit that's getting in your way. Like say you're, like I said, you say you want to look for a tattoo artist, and then you start going with your IRL and you get distracted because you see people doing competitive backflips instead, like Saucy brought up. And it's just I just think it's good for people doing this, and it makes it a more diverse service.
Yeah. I think something else, I don't think they talked about in the article, but I imagine another reason they're doing is it's going to help the people who run Twitch kind of moderate these areas, because it's happened a lot where they will stream in areas where they're not actually doing the thing they say they're doing.
Yeah.
So like someone will, I know a lot of people have done this. I personally know some people who've done this, and they'll be like playing Hearthstone or whatever, but they're in the like music section or IRL somewhere just because they can get more viewers from that. And it's just kind of like shady business practices. So I think I could see this like help them be able to like moderate areas. Because when I go to my ASMR channel, I just want to hear people crinkling Doritos bags. I don't want to see someone doing body art.
Why is ASMR a thing? I don't understand it. I don't
kink shame me, bro.
I'm not kink shaming anyone. Why is it? I don't like. Why do you want to hear people make random weird noises? Why? God damn it, Saucy. That's not our target audience.
It could be.
The big thing,
ASMR.
Roblox. The big thing I get about this is people are always talking about like get the booby streamers away and get all of them because this is for Twitch, like this is for video games. And I always go back to the thing of just because they're watching a booby streamer doesn't mean if that booby streamer wasn't there, they'd be going to see you. Like I don't get this idea of people being like, oh, they're taking away viewers from me. You know what I mean? It's like, do you think those people are going to come watch your boring ass Hearthstone stream? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it.
Where you don't have a webcam and you're not talking and you're just playing rank 20 Togwaggle Druid.
The problem is that those guys are so insecure. They're trying to like find any way they can to make up why they're failing, even though it's just because they suck. So
I mean, the only reason I found Geek Aid is because he was a booby streamer. Like I was flipping through, I was like, all right, I could get down with this, and I wasn't disappointed.
I mean, I thought
nice.
Now Geek Aid can go under the mustache porn category on IRL and just.
Oh, is that one? Because I could stream to that.
Mustache porn.
Yeah. We have to just drink really big gulps of milk, so you get milk on your mustache and it's dripping. Yeah.
I saw someone posted on I think they tweeted at me. There was like this guy who made a like mustache guard that you put on your mug that you can use on any
Dude,
coffee
I have
cup.
one of those mugs. No,
it's not the mug though. It's like a separate guard you could put on any coffee cup.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, we need to get them. So does Rod.
I hate you so much. I grow facial hair like a 12-year-old, so I hate you. I hate you guys.
Yeah, I know a lot of 12-year-olds with more facial hair than
yeah,
me, so.
True enough.
Don't insult 12-year-olds, please.
Yeah.
Man, Rod's just insulting all of our audience.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I hate you guys.
I don't know, Kleenex,
so
do you have any
much.
commentary on this?
I think that Kleenex has more facial hair than Rod.
That's because Saucy glued his pubes to the box.
That's an IRL category.
Yeah. Pube gluing.
Yeah.
It's pube crafts.
Yeah. Gee, that is not the title of this episode.
Pube crafts.
But speaking of pube crafts, you guys want to talk about Doom Eternal?
Sure.
Let's talk about Discord first. I think that that one's way more important.
I want to get Doom Eternal in here at some point. But
you do? Okay, let's talk about Doom and then we'll go to Discord.
I just briefly because it looks really cool. What do you guys think about this for one? Guys, I just saw the trailer yesterday and I was like, I could get down with this. I know you're a fan, right, Geeksay?
Yeah. Have you not played the last one that just came out?
I played it for about 1 hour.
It's so good, dude. I love that fucking game.
The soundtrack to that game gets you so amped when you're like, it's just like big metal riffs while you're killing. Oh, dude, that game was unreal. I didn't know what to expect, and I got it for like $10 on a Steam sale. And everyone that I was listening to podcast wise was like, oh, this is a sleeper game. Like, this is unreal what they did to this game. It's so good. And I was like, okay, well, I guess so. Let's try it. I love Doom. Like, I have a special place for Doom. It's one of my first games I really, really played too. And I was like, this is unbelievable.
It's so fast paced and fun, and it is like, it feels like a combo first person shooter, and you're just running around and like you're just destroying enemies in the spawn of hell, and it's so much fun. And it's I had it on PS4, I think, and I played it on one of the harder difficulties, and that game was hard as shit too. Like, and then like when you beat on that difficulty, you open up this next difficulty that I can't even describe how hard it is. Like, especially on consoles, it's just like, oh man. But the game was a blast. It was so well done.
So they were talking about, because they just released this big gameplay like trailer reveal, all that stuff, but they have a thing kind of like similar to like Dark Souls, where people can invade your world, and that is just dope. Like, that is something that interests me, because if I can just ruin someone else's gameplay experience, that's something I want to be a part of. So
I hope they don't like. I like to think that they were like, okay, what didn't work in the last one? Oh, the multiplayer. No one played it. So why are we using all these resources and time? Let's do something fun and cool. And I hope that's what they put their efforts into, is this like Dark Soul-ish, trolling.
Yeah. I want to jump in, I want to kill Rod, and I want to take his shit, and then I want to leave and him not have stuff. Like, that's what I want to do.
Have you guys seen
how it works, but I want that.
There's a Doom documentary. There's like a really cool YouTube channel that's like, they do documentaries on video games, and they did one on when Doom was coming out, and it is so good. I forget what the channel is called. It's really popular, but they did one for like Warframe, and it's like a 2-part documentary. They did one for Dark Souls. They've done one for Doom now. And if you guys are interested in how Doom came to be, dude, it's a great documentary. It's really interesting.
Doom was like, I remember having shareware Doom back in the day, and like on 9 discs and like 3.5-inch floppy disks, and just playing that game. So that game's been around for most of the time I've been playing video games, and they were so like revolutionary. I mean, they didn't do anything like particularly like new compared to like say Wolfenstein 3D, but
or Duke Nukem.
Yeah, but they were such good games.
Wasn't Doom before all of those?
Wasn't what?
Doom before all of those?
What?
Wasn't Doom before Duke Nukem and Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein was the first one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did that? And then that's what inspired Tekken, right? The fighting game.
Yep, exactly. It went from
yes.
Duke Nukem to Tekken to the furry winning the Dragon Ball Z World Championship last weekend.
To Pac-Man. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Burger Time.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Burger Time. That shit was the bomb.
Are we still here? Did Canada's internet go out?
It's looking like it's glitching out hard right now.
It's that Canada dial-up. It's suffering right now.
Am I downloading? Good? I think so. It's just Rod that's glitching out, to be honest.
Oh, that's fine. So speaking of Canada's internet going out, let's talk about Discord, guys.
Great segue.
The segues are
you can expect from Geek Aid right there.
Yeah. So Discord, none of us have ever used Discord, right? Any of us three?
I think it's French. I think it's Discard.
It's Discard. So Discord is launching this new thing to kind of like quote unquote take on Steam with its own game store. And I was looking through this. I'm reading this article. It's from Eurogamer, and it looks like they're having this, like, it's called Discord Nitro, or Nitro as they say in France. It's a subscription service that'll be $4.99 per month, which you could also do $49.99 per year. And it's kind of like Xbox Gold, where you get access to these games that you can just play every month.
So Nitro, for Nitro, it's been around. It's around for everyone. Nitro is a thing where you can post bigger, what's it called? You can post bigger GIFs. You can post bigger videos onto your Discord channel. You can have GIFs now and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but they're adding value to it this time, right?
The games that you can play.
I want to highlight something though, guys. It's rolled out in Canada first. Just to throw that out there, just to let you guys know it's coming to Canada first. No big deal, big deal.
Store's beta due to roll out in Canada.
That's because there's 7 people in Canada, so they don't want to open servers.
I wonder if I have it. Let's quickly take a peek.
Another cool thing. So they were talking about also they're wanting to do this this first on Discord program for indie developers, which I think is kind of cool because it's nice to have more platforms as an indie developer than just like Steam. It's Steam Greenlight.
Yeah, it's any way to give these independent developers like who have produced really high quality things like a platform to put it on is really, really good, because there's so many games now that like people intentionally just make shit to like put out there and sell on Steam. And I think Steam's actually kind of fought back with that a little bit, but like, yeah, if you're an independent developer making these little games, like, and you do something awesome, if you get spotlight, it's really, really good for you, and it's really good for us who play games.
Yeah, and Rod, you're an indie game developer, right? You've been developing a game. Can we talk about that on air, or is that too secret of a project?
I mean, Saucy, if you want to go into it, I don't want to humble.
Well, because you showed me like you're developing this game. It had to do with like French fries, and like it was a weird like Chick-fil-A knockoff. It was something French Fry Quest.
Oh, it was the one where you would throw a French fry into the air, and then Malagos would come in and hit the French fry with his dick, and you would try to catch it in another guy's mouth.
That was the one. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do that well.
No, I don't think so either.
you were like shitting on this, Rod. You were like, this is a terrible idea. Steam already is the go-to place. Like, you don't believe in this, right? You don't believe in this.
I just said, what I said, you motherfucker, is that fighting against Steam is probably a losing battle, but I didn't say I hated it.
Okay. Like, okay, here's how I think of it, right? I think Discord did something really smart, and they made a platform that we really needed, right? So there was TeamSpeak before this, but they were like, no, we want to do something way better. They made it really good. It's really grown. It's really taken off, and now it shows what game your friends are playing. Yeah. So if you're looking at your friends and they're all playing like this one game, you can now just click on the game and it'll bring you probably to the store. So it's kind of smart how they're integrating everything, and how they started with what we needed, the niche stuff we needed, and now they're getting into the stuff that, you know, might be a little more hard to get into if you were just like, oh, it's like Discord's like another Steam. Like, instead it's like Discord's our community hub, but now we can get games through it, which is pretty rad.
Yeah. And then you can see how many hours I've amassed of Chex Quest since our last episode. I'm up to like 112 since last week hours of Chex Quest. So I've almost beat the game.
Have you found all the secrets yet?
Oh God, no. No one can do that. It's impossible.
But then if you do it, you will be a Chex Quest pro speedrunner, and you will get all the Twitch viewers.
Yep. That's my new goal. So we have some pretty sweet questions that we have to answer this week, because we are experts, right? I mean, the people come to us for our advice. So thank you guys, first off, for everyone who sent in some questions. We got some on our Twitter, which was really cool. So keep following us on that Twitter so we can get over like 5 followers. I'm just kidding. But we got some sweet followers and some sweet questions. So you guys want to do some advice?
Yes, or answer some questions. Yes.
All right, Rod, do read off this first question.
Okay. What are your thoughts of Disney buying out
Holy
21st century?
Crap, dude, let's go.
Hey, all right, let's start over. So we have this.
All
right, take 2, Rod.
Okay, what are your thoughts of Disney buying out 21st Century Fox for $72 billion? And do you have an opinion on Disney running the world? From Wicey in Australia, I think.
No, New Zealand. He's a New Zealand.
Is New Zealand? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Wicey. Don't kill me, because I swear he tweeted us, is Wicey the coolest Australian or something like that? Or
no, he's lying, dude. He's from New Zealand. Trust me.
Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, he's like that.
No, I know the guys from Flight of the Conchords because I love the dude who directed Thor, Ragnarok, and everything.
Flight of the Conchords is amazing.
I think this is probably the only time I'm ever going to say this on the show. Rod, I think you're best equipped to answer this question out of all three of us because I don't know shit about any of this that you just said.
So the biggest thing here, and it's kind of insane. There's lots of stuff that goes along with this, but the biggest thing here for Disney right now, who already is ruling the world with owning Marvel, is this $72 billion is going to give them the X-Men franchise. It's going to give them the X-Men franchise, which is been a big debacle with Marvel since they started making their cinematic universe. So back in the 90s, I think it was the early 90s, Marvel Comics was going to go bankrupt, so they were started selling off their comic franchises so that they didn't go out of business. So Fox got things like Fantastic Four and X-Men and Ghost Rider back then, and Sony got Spider-Man. So the big thing here is that with this coming back and them buying Fox, they are repurchasing X-Men. And Marvel had been so angry about this whole situation that they stopped producing X-Men comics last year, I think, or 2 years ago. And so this means that we will start getting new X-Men comics. We will start getting X-Men in the Avengers universe. So it's a really cool thing if you like these movies, if you like things like, Avengers, Infinity Wars, and stuff like that. And they're already getting to the point now where all the actors who have been in the Marvel movies are their contracts are expiring. Like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, all the main actors are kind of wrapping up doing these Marvel movies. And this is going to enable them to bring in new characters and go in new directions, which is really cool. And when every single one of these movies makes $9 billion when it comes out, it won't take all that long for Disney to remake this $72 billion. I mean, within 5-10 years, they'll make it all back easy.
So. Do you think they're going to go in the way of how Iron Man now is a girl, a little girl?
They might. It's because they're not going to kill. I mean, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Infinity Wars, they kill a lot of the characters in the first Infinity Wars movie. But they'll all be back presumably. But they could do this just to keep the characters alive and around. And
didn't they just announce some new characters, like Silk's coming out to the big screen?
I know Sony is talking about new characters, and they're talking about their Venom. They have a Sony cinematic universe because Sony is now the only one who owns any characters besides Disney. They own 500 Spider-Man characters basically at this point.
That's cool.
So they're talking about all these other movies they're going to make, and I don't think any of them sound good. In that Venom trailer, every time I see it, it looks hella terrible. So I don't know how that's going to go.
They're obviously going to tease.
Cool about this.
Okay, go on, Saucy.
Yeah, them acquiring 21st Century Fox means that they're going to get Tomb Raider now. So that's good. They get Lara Croft. No, I'm just making stuff up. I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about movies.
Well, the scary part is, to be honest, is there's so many jobs on the line right now. That's what I was reading up. It's there's 3,000 jobs that people are freaking out about because it's scary. And a lot of the other thing they were talking about was how they're thinking Disney's going to put a kibosh on a lot of the movies because they don't fit with the most friendly theme.
Yeah, dude, there's some big things in here. They're getting back the original Star Wars cuts, which is cool, but there's things like Die Hard. There's things like the Alien movies, which are some of my favorites. Stuff like X-Files. I'm just looking through all these franchises that are coming along with it. The Predator movies. There's so many things that aren't kid friendly. The Kingsman movies, if you guys have seen those, they're all owned by 20th Century Fox. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but there's cool stuff that can come out of it, and hopefully they don't, forget about stuff like the last couple Die Hard movies have been pretty garbage, but like I mean, Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever, so
it is a good Christmas movie.
So if as long as they don't fuck with that, I'm okay.
Yeah, I dig it. Hopefully that answers your question, Weiss
from New Zealand.
I don't think Disney's going to take over the world because they're in like interests are just in movies and like theme parks. I think if you're worried about someone taking over the world, you have to look at Amazon or Apple. Those are the two that are. It's what we're really worried about at this point in time is which company is going to turn into Skynet, and those two are my leading.
Amazon. I'd say Amazon.
I don't know. Disney's got Kingdom Hearts coming out now, though.
What does that have to do with Skynet?
Everything.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts is going to take over the world, and that means Disney's taking over the world, and that means Skynet.
Yeah. Rod, you know what? The box of Kleenex understood this, and I don't get why you don't get on this.
He's over here nodding, so it's fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, next question. So
from
we have...
Yep.
Who you want to read this one?
Nope. I want you to. I was going to say, you should probably read this one.
Can you read this one? Because I have to read the last one. It's important to my heart.
Okay. This one comes from our boy Nate Wolf from Into the Wild podcast. If you guys don't know, it's an amazing Hearthstone Wild podcast. He asks, what does it take to become a Twitch affiliate, and what does that mean? What are the benefits, etc., etc.?
I know affiliate is below you, Geeksay, because of your mighty partner status. But I think this is a question that you could maybe downgrade yourself a couple of minutes and talk about and explain the.
For our audio listeners,
yes,
Geeksay is wearing a hat that says Twitch partner. He's got a shirt that says Twitch partner. He's got a like bling necklace.
Yeah, it says P's for partner, bitches. That's what all my shirts say.
And then his background just says affiliate is below me. So it's if you could answer this question.
So becoming a Twitch affiliate, you have to hit these goals, and some of them are you have to stream for a certain amount of hours. You have to have an average viewership, I think, of 3 viewers. Yeah. And what's the other one? It's viewers.
It's stream for a certain number of days and a certain amount of time.
Sorry, I didn't really look at. If someone wants to do that while I'm rambling on here.
Yeah, I think there's like a mustache goal.
There's a golden goal. So what the benefits though of this is you're able to get emotes. So you get one $4.99 emote, one $9.99 emote, and one $24.99 emote. It also opens up you getting bits. So if you guys don't know, Twitch has this thing called bits. 1 bit equals 1 American penny. So you're now open to getting bits. And it's kind of just like, it's kind of a way to be like, okay, I'm legit. You know what I mean? It's a marker for you, because right now, back in my day when I started streaming, there was no affiliateship. It was such a huge deal when this came out. Like people were losing their mind. It used to be just you start streaming and maybe you'll hit partner, and that there's no in between. So them coming out with this was huge.
So these are the 4 requirements. You have to stream for 8 hours in the last 30 days. You have to stream on 7 days in the last 30 days. You have to reach an average of 3 viewers per stream, and then you have to grow your audience to 50 followers.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they just added that one recently, right? The 50 followers.
I got affiliate late last year, early this year, and I had to do that. So.
Yeah, no, I think 50 followers was always there.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool.
It makes it so you could have like Geeksay said, it's like you're legitimate at that point. You're not. I mean, it doesn't mean you're a big streamer, but it means that you've put in work and that you have people coming and watching you at least minimal amounts, and that you put in time and effort is what it really shows.
It's a nice goal, right? Like it's a nice goal between partnership, because again, from starting your stream to partnership, it's such a long journey. So just to get this little something where, you can get bits, you can still get subscribers, you can give something back to the community. It's massive. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I mean, one of the biggest things is you get that emotes, right? And having an emote that like individualizes you makes it so you can like have your followers go out and like put your funny emote places or just do stuff like that. And it's cool having something that leaves your mark on the community.
It's a good way to start your brand. That's how I see it, right? Your emotes are your brand. So now you get to kind of think more about what you want your brand to be, your overall idea. And I think it all starts with that kind of stuff.
And Geek says in his version of this, it's Jeff's brand, and everything that Jeff does is making Jeff's brand more.
I don't care what you say. He does shit.
Jeff rules the world.
One of the sweet benefits is they just added for anyone who hits Twitch affiliate, they give you a Ferrari. So that's pretty sweet.
A Roblox Ferrari.
Is that why everyone says? Is that why everyone says, "Hey, can you get me affiliateship?" And then they like spam their link.
Yeah, exactly. And then because you get a Ferrari now, which is pretty sweet.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I get that.
Hey, why did they did that after I got affiliate and I don't get a Ferrari?
They were waiting for you to hit it first, and that's when they came out with that program.
The box of Kleenex has a Ferrari.
Fuck. I mean, he's got 3 of them. What are you talking about, dude? The box of Kleenex is the bit.
All I really do is I just keep making new accounts, getting them to affiliate, and then I make a new account. That's why I can stream VR, is because I made a new account.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
He streams VR from his Ferrari.
It's very safe. It's the safest way to drive a Ferrari.
I mean,
playing VR.
If you're not streaming VR while driving a Ferrari, what kind of little piece of shit are you? Is the real question. Okay.
So hopefully that answers your question, Nate Wolf. Thank you for the question. But we have a very important one, and I think this is something that's been on all of our minds for the last many years. So we have a question from anonymous user who I'm going to name Chili Dog 3000. They want to know, is Sonic the Hedgehog's last name the Hedgehog, or is that just a title? I want to live in a world where that's his real last name, because I am all about any last name that starts with the, because that just opens up, like, if you want to create a sick ass last name, I could be like Saucy the Mailman, and then my last name is the Mailman. That is so awesome. And like, he gets pulled over for running too fast, and the cop's like, "Hey, Mr. the Hedgehog, do you know why you were going so fast?" And I just love that.
Okay, the real question is the his middle name?
No.
And Hedgehog his last name.
Fuck
you.
Elliot.
Let me live in the world that I want to live in.
It's like a nickname. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like, you know, Saucy the Mailman Desperado. You know what I mean? Like, I like to think it's his nickname.
I think his real name is Sonic H. Smith, and he got really sick of it because there are too many S.A. Smiths in the telephone book.
Is there canon on this? Is there canon?
Well, so in the fanfic I've been writing for Sonic, his last name is the Hedgehog. So when he gets married to Tails, there's Tails the Hedgehog.
Did they legalize gay marriage in the Sonic universe?
No, they're running from the government.
Saucy's all against it.
That's why Dr. Robotnik is chasing him, because of his relationship with Tails the Hedgehog. So it's a pretty good.
You know why he likes fucking Tails is because the 2 tails start rotating, and it really does great things. Sonic's balls.
Let's all move on, guys.
Why? Come on, can't we picture the things that we want to picture in this world?
Hey, you take it from here to here.
Yeah, I think they wrote a song about that, where it says 0 to 100 real quick.
That's called the Rod effect.
Saucy, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Why are you broke today?
Well, today I'm broke for a lot of reasons, but there is something that I recently just purchased. I just had to get it. I saw this online, and it's the official Resident Evil 2 remake keyboard, and I got it for a sweet deal of only $675 plus tax, of course. It is a sick, looks like the typewriter that you use to save the game. And it says Umbrella Corporation on the front, and it's really fucking cool.
I love this, I love everything about this except for the fucking price. Resident Evil is like one of my favorite games of all time. Resident Evil 2 is even better. and this looks so amazing. Like, but why the flying fuck? As I said that so loudly because I'm crazy. Is it $600+? Why?
Because it's worth it. Have you seen these keys? Better deal. You can also get the premium edition of the game for $900. That comes with that, as well as some other garbage you don't want. But the keyboard is sick, and it's got a USB cable technology. Ooh.
No, because we just talk about a game that had we've seen more expensive games, right? I've seen most expensive.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one
special edition video game here. I know I've seen more expensive ones. Okay, let's see. Halo 5. Here, let's look at this. There's a whole article about
price.
I've seen video games that have come like with luxury cars. So let's see.
Maybe unrealistic for you. Poor ass.
Yeah, so Grid 2 came with a race car for $2.3 million.
What's the most expensive one you guys have bought for like collector's edition?
I had the Halo 3 with the Master Chief helmet. I think that was
Mine was the Call of Duty one that had the night vision goggles. Yeah, they didn't do shit. First thing you did though that night is you go and you try and take a piss with them on and see how that looks.
I had the Call of Duty one that had the remote control car in it with a camera, and I would just run around chasing my ferrets with it. It was kind of cool.
That seems good.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the Final Fantasy Audi R8. Like I own that, but have you seen that? Oh, it's so nice. I'll pick you up in it one next time I'm in Canada. Yeah, should be. Maybe I'll pop by next week.
But your criminal record, they won't let you into Canada, Saucy.
Yeah. I mean, the car was only $469,000 US. Not bad.
I mean, I'll buy 3 of them then. Duh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little broke after buying the Bitcoin miner that we were talking about.
Oh yeah, how's it been working for you?
It's not working for me, man. It's going way too slow, and Bitcoin it fluctuates so much that I don't. I bought 2. That's why I'm super broke.
Because I mean, Geek Aid's been making fat loot with his.
That's because
all the loonies.
It's
which is 4.
I think that's gonna be all for us.
Yeah. That was. I just wanted to show off my sweet keyboard. Yeah, hold on. And so we do this thing when we start the podcast. We all we open up our software, we record our audio, and we all like get ready to clap. So we all put our hands up like we're gonna clap. That's what I'm doing for all you audio listeners. And then we try and we do at the same time. And sometimes Geeksay and I have a competition to see how badly we can be off time and screw up Rod. So it's kind of funny.
I'm glad that you guys make my audio editing world even harder than it needs to be, because
I like to think of it as like helping you get better at your craft. Because if it was easy every time, if you're always like in a game beating an opponent that's worse than you and easy, you don't get better. It's when you have that challenge. That's when you really grow as an adult.
I hope a rabid bear rapes you.
Hey, I went into the show notes and I deleted all the information on Rod's outro, so if we can do our outro for us too. Yeah, you can find us on the Twitters. We are at Geek Aid Podcast. If you want to send in questions, you can email us directly. And it's just at Gmail. So it's geekaidpodcast@gmail.com. We have a YouTube. We're still working on getting the 100 subscribers. We need to have our own big boy URL. We're on the way, but we need more. So do that for us. That'd be amazing. But that's the biggest places you can find us.
We will tweet out I was just gonna say we will tweet out like questions and stuff from that.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And we try to have these out on Tuesdays most of the time, but when everyone's traveling the globe, it's hard. Where can people find you, Geeks A? It's okay. Sometimes you go too far.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
What about you, Rod?
I am on Twitter at Rod_Johnston, and I am on Twitch at Rod_Johnston. Yeah.
Oh, you can find me. I'm on all of the internet places. I'm just Saucy Mailman on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all those places. And we're working right now on making Kleenex Box his own Twitter because he's been used to using mine. So hopefully we'll have Geek Aid Kleenex on Twitter pretty soon as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this week. We love every one of you. You all smell great, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.